Reports and the NIL insiders are saying that Jordan Seaton could be making anywhere from $3 to $6 million. The $6 million is more than likely part of his NIL for his junior season, which many of us believe is his last year in college football. So as part of his new deal after transferring to LSU football, that is, a lot of guys are looking at his deal, and this is about to change LSU recruiting for the next 5 years due to Lane Kiffin contract. And if that number is anywhere close to accurate, we're talking about one of the biggest NIL deals ever discussed for an offensive lineman.
What if I told you a college kid, not a quarterback, not a Heisman winner, just walked into a room and signed a deal worth $6 million? Let that number breathe for a second. $6 million. And the moment he signed that deal, it didn't just change his life, it changed college football forever. This is the Jordan Seaton story. And if you think you already know it, I promise you don't know the half of it. Stay with me, because this one is going to hit different. Before we get into it, if you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button right now and tap that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown like this. We cover college football, NIL money moves, and the real stories that the mainstream media won't tell you the way we do. All right, let's get into it.
Here, initially, when Jordan Seaton first committed to Colorado football, it was a huge moment for the program, and in particular, guys who look like us in Jordan, because he set a precedent. At that time, many people believe he was going to be a cornerstone piece for Coach Prime's rebuild. A five-star talent joining the offensive line was supposed to help protect the future of the team, including Shedeur Sanders himself, if we're being honest.
Be out here with you, a big dog, you're a five-star, you got everybody. How I feel to be out here with everybody that's like that?
It feels amazing. You get to compete. You get to see who's the dog of all dogs.
Let's go back to the beginning, because this story doesn't start with LSU. It doesn't start with millions of dollars. It starts with a dream, a commitment, and a program that truly believed it had found something special. Jordan Seaton, five-star offensive tackle, one of the most coveted prospects in the entire country, chose Colorado. He chose Coach Prime's vision. He chose Deion Sanders' rebuild. He walked into Boulder with all the hype in the world, and for a minute, it felt like the perfect match. Think about what Colorado was building. Deion Sanders comes in, flips the whole program, brings in Shedeur Sanders, brings in Travis Hunter, and suddenly, Colorado is must-watch TV. And Jordan Seaton was supposed to be the anchor, the guy protecting the franchise quarterback, the cornerstone of that offensive line. When Jordan committed, fans went crazy. Here's a kid who could have gone anywhere in the country, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and he chose Coach Prime. That meant something. That felt like loyalty. That felt like belief. And then, things changed. Here's where it gets emotional. And I need you to really hear what I'm saying here, because I'm not here to bash Jordan Seaton. I'm here to be honest with you the way I always am. When Jordan entered the transfer portal, the reaction was immediate. Social media exploded. Colorado fans felt betrayed. People who had followed this program, who fell in love with Coach Prime's vision, felt like the rug got pulled from under them. And I get that. I really do. But let's also look at this from Jordan's side for a second. This young man has been grinding his entire life. Every rep in the weight room, every early morning practice, every sacrifice he made, it was all building toward one thing, securing his future. And in today's college football landscape, the NIL era gave him a chance to do that in a way that no college athlete ever had before. The question people kept asking was, how much was Jordan Seaton actually going to get? Early reports were throwing out numbers, 2.8 million, 3.5. People were speculating left and right. And then the real number dropped, $6 million. Reportedly projected for his time at LSU. And even if the final number lands anywhere close to that range, we are talking about one of the largest NIL deals ever given to an offensive lineman in the history of college football.
We're looking at now, another part of this conversation is how big the NIL number could be for future of recruiting. This is why I'm showing you the update of Jordan Seaton. This is going to have a domino effect ricocheting across all college football platforms and TV networks. If a tackle like Jordan Seaton can command deals reportedly in the multi-million-dollar range, it could reset expectations for elite players entering the portal. We're talking about a possibility of the big.
Let that really sink in. Not a quarterback, not a wide receiver who makes highlight reels every Saturday. An offensive tackle, a guy whose job is to protect the guy with the ball, a player most casual fans couldn't pick out of a lineup. And Lane Kiffin, yes, that Lane Kiffin, reportedly stepped up and made this happen at LSU. This is not a coincidence. This is a statement. LSU is telling every elite recruit in the country, we will pay for greatness. We will invest in your future. We will outbid everyone in the room. And it's already working. The ripple effect of this deal is going to be felt in every recruiting living room in America for the next 5 years. Coaches who couldn't get meetings before, they're going to be using Jordan Seaton's NIL number as a recruiting pitch starting tomorrow. This isn't just one deal. This is a reset of the entire market. Now here's where the story gets deep, real deep. Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback Jordan was supposed to protect, his former teammate, a guy who knows what it feels like to be under the spotlight before you can even legally rent a car, sent a message. And it wasn't bitter, it wasn't angry, it wasn't throwing shade. It was real. Shedeur talked about leadership, about leading through your actions, not your words, about what it means to grind when nobody's watching. He spoke about the traits he picked up from being around greatness and how he carried those traits forward even when things didn't go the way everyone expected. And if you read between the lines of what Shedeur was saying, there's a maturity there that most people aren't ready to acknowledge. He could have gone on social media and made it messy. He could have thrown Jordan under the bus. He didn't. That speaks volumes, because at the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders understands something that a lot of us are still learning. You can't control what other people do. You can only control how you respond. And he responded with class. That's a lesson that goes way beyond football.
Players will have more control than ever. You guys hear me? More control than ever before. And for someone like Jordan Seaton, securing a deal that could reach potential millions, if life-changing dollars, still fans of Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado program continue to watch closely, because every move in this new NIL era that we're speaking about, that we're talking about in the new world, well, things are not just about you and I no more.
Now let's zoom out, because this story is bigger than Jordan Seaton, bigger than LSU, bigger than Colorado. What we are watching right now is the complete transformation of college football as we know it. The NIL era isn't a trend. It's not a phase. It is the new foundation of the sport. And whether you love it or hate it, and trust me, I have complicated feelings about it too, you have to understand what's happening. Programs with NIL money are winning recruiting battles that talent alone used to decide. Kids are no longer choosing schools based purely on development or proximity to home. They're making business decisions. And you know what? I can't even be mad at them for that. Think about this. The Cleveland Browns just gave an offensive lineman a massive 3-year deal worth over $65 million in the NFL. The market has always known how valuable elite linemen are. Now, college football is finally catching up. And Jordan Seaton, whether people agree with his decision or not, he just proved that an offensive lineman in college football can command the same kind of financial respect as the most glamorous positions on the field. That changes everything for the kids coming up behind him. Here's what I want to leave you with, because beyond the money, beyond the drama, beyond the transfer portal and the NIL numbers, there is a human story here. Jordan Seaton is a young man trying to secure his future in a world that doesn't guarantee anything. Shador Sanders is a young man who poured everything into a dream and responded to adversity with grace. Deion Sanders is a coach who is still building something real in Boulder, no matter who walks out the door. And all of us watching, we're living through a moment in sports history that people are going to be talking about for decades. The NIL era is not slowing down. The transfer portal is not going away, and the financial arms race in college football has only just begun. So the real question isn't whether Jordan Seaton made the right call. The real question is, what does this mean for the next generation of kids who are watching this story unfold right now? I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments. Do you think NIL deals like this are good for college football, or is the money getting too big too fast? Is loyalty dead in the sport, or is this just the evolution we all knew was coming? Let's talk about it down below. And if you got value from this video, do me one favor. Hit that like button, share this with somebody who loves college football, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications. We drop breakdowns like this every single week, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Real ones only. Stay locked in, stay informed, and as always, stay blessed.